Do you enjoy rainy days? Now, imagine the rain never stopped. No umbrella, no raincoat, and no dry clothes. Just endless cold rain every single day. Today, you can simply go inside. Ancient humans had nowhere to hide. Around 40,000 years ago, endless rain could destroy everything a family needed to survive. Scientists believe parts of the Ice Age stayed cold and wet for long periods, making survival even harder. One soaked campfire meant no warmth, no cooked food, and no protection from hungry predators. Imagine trying to survive when every piece of wood around you is completely soaked. Even today, survival experts struggle to light a fire with wet wood. Ancient humans had only one chance.
So how did they survive when the rain refused to stop? The answer wasn't strength. It was something far more surprising. Their first challenge wasn't finding food. It was finding a place that stayed dry. Ancient humans searched for caves, rocky cliffs, and natural shelters that could block the rain. But the safest cave often had another owner waiting inside. Bears, hyenas, and even lions sometimes claimed the same shelters humans needed. Imagine escaping the rain only to walk straight into a hungry predator's home. Scientists have found ancient campfires deep inside caves, proving our ancestors took incredible risks just to stay dry. Finding shelter solved one problem, but keeping a fire alive was an even bigger challenge. Without fire, freezing nights became longer, darker, and far more dangerous. So how did they protect the one thing that could save their lives? The answer changed the way humans survived for thousands of years. Ancient humans knew one simple rule: never let the fire die. Instead of collecting wet wood, they searched beneath fallen trees and rocky ledges for dry branches. Some researchers believe they even stored dry wood inside caves before storms arrived. A single pile of dry fuel could mean the difference between life and death. Even after the rain stopped, the ground stayed wet for days, making every new fire harder to start. Modern survival experiments show that keeping a fire alive is often easier than starting a new one. That's why protecting the fire became more important than creating another one. But fire wasn't their only problem. Their food was disappearing too. Constant rain spoiled fresh meat quickly, forcing every hunt to become a race against time. So how did they stop their food from rotting without refrigerators? Smoke became one of their greatest survival tools because it slowed food from spoiling. Scientists believe prehistoric people slowly dried meat above the fire, helping it last much longer. The same smoke also drove away many insects that carried disease and spoiled food. One discovery solved two problems, protecting both their food and their health. But keeping food safe meant nothing if the children couldn't survive the freezing nights. Young children lost body heat much faster than adults, making them the most vulnerable during endless rain. Families stayed close together, sharing body heat while protecting the fire through the night. Researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer communities found that survival depended more on teamwork than strength. When everyone protected the fire, gathered food, and cared for one another, the whole group had a better chance to survive. But there was one final challenge that endless rain always brought: finding tomorrow's food. Heavy rain changed everything, including where animals traveled and where hunters could find them. Instead of chasing animals blindly, ancient humans learned to follow fresh tracks after the rain finally slowed. Scientists believe many hunter-gatherers moved with the seasons, searching for better weather and fresh sources of food. Sometimes the smartest way to survive wasn't fighting nature, it was moving with it. Imagine carrying your children, your tools, and everything you owned through cold rain just to find safer ground. There were no roads, no maps, and no guarantee that the next valley would be any better. Every journey was a gamble, but staying in the wrong place
could be even more dangerous. Over thousands of years, these difficult choices helped humans become better planners and better survivors. The rain never became easier, but our ancestors became smarter with every generation, and that may be the greatest survival lesson nature ever taught humanity.
The endless rain never truly became easier, but our ancestors slowly became better at surviving it. They didn't have waterproof clothes, heated homes, or weather forecasts, yet they discovered that fire, shelter, and teamwork could overcome nature's greatest challenges. Archaeologists continue to uncover charcoal, stone tools, and ancient campsites, revealing how these survival strategies evolved over tens of thousands of years. Every storm forced humans to observe, adapt, and make smarter decisions, turning experience into knowledge that could be passed to the next generation. The strongest people weren't always the ones who survived. The survivors were the ones who learned,
cooperated, and adapted the fastest. Today, rain is often just a minor inconvenience, but for our ancestors, it could determine whether an entire family lived or died. The next time you hear raindrops outside your window, imagine facing that same storm without a roof, without dry clothes, and without knowing when the sun would return. Perhaps the greatest human invention was never a weapon or a machine. It was the ability to solve problems together. In many ways, endless rain didn't just test humanity. It helped shape the intelligence, resilience, and cooperation that define us today. Because ancient humans didn't survive by defeating nature. They survived by understanding it, adapting to it, and learning from it.